don't tell them that I told you to do this to your hair, okay? Some of these microlocs I see are no more natural than a silk press. Nobody hair grows in these perfectly symmetric grids and squares. There were the microloc police everywhere. There was the sister lock czars. A lot of the rules and regulation has nothing to do with health. It has to do with a certain aesthetic. I needed a break from microloc culture. I needed to detox. Time to just spill the tea, let you guys know what is going on with my hair and why I have not interlocked it for 6 months. It's the Minimalist Natural, and I'm here today with my first ever video in my series Off Grid, the Unconventional Microloc Journey. In this series, we talk all things DIY microlocs. We bust the myths that are surrounding microloc maintenance, and we help bridge the gap between the DIYer and the loctician by providing you useful tips and tricks to keep your hair healthy in between salon visits or just to do it all on your own. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I got started on my unconventional microloc journey, why I decided to detox from the sister lock microloc culture for these past 6 months, what I experienced with my hair, how it's doing, and I'm also going to be showing you guys some videos of my hair close up so you can see what my hair looks like and if this is something that you would consider for your own hair. So stay tuned to the very end. Y'all, this video is long overdue. This was not the original intention. When I first stopped interlocking my hair at 11 months locked, I had done it with the intention of retwisting in between reties, not completely stopping reties altogether. So I started retwisting my locks at 11 months with the original intention of retying every 12 weeks, which would make about every 3 months. And I decided that I would maintain my new growth in between reties with retwisting, which is very quick and easy to do. I have several videos on my method for retwisting. If you care to look at them, I'll link them in the description and put it right here. The reason I started retwisting is that I just needed to let some things go in my life. It was taking way too much time for me to DIY interlock my hair 4-point rotation. I got locks because I wanted to have hair freedom. I wanted to fully love myself with the kinks, the coils, the frizz, the everything, embracing the unexpected, embracing the imperfection. But what I quickly discovered in the microloc community is that there was just so many rules and regulations. There were the microloc police everywhere. There was the sister lock czars. It was too much for me, and I decided that I needed a break from microloc culture. So what I found in the microloc culture is there were so many rules and regulations, and I thought this was so that we could maintain the health and longevity of the locks. But what I discovered and am still discovering is that a lot of the rules and regulation has nothing to do with health, but it has to do with a certain aesthetic, and it also has to do with convenience for locticians, not necessarily what is going to be the healthiest. Now, before we get into this, let me just say that whatever aesthetic you have, that is totally perfectly fine. If you are a loctician and you have rules for your clients which work for your salon and that keeps their hair looking how they want it to be, and you maintaining their hair how they are paying you to do their hair, I am 100% for it. Let me just say, y'all, if you have a loctician and you go to a salon, don't y'all go back there telling them that Lillian told you to do this to your hair, okay? Follow your loctician's instructions, because they're the one that does your hair. You sit in their chair, you pay them your money, you don't pay me any money, okay? So don't be experimenting with your hair and then telling your loctician that I told you to do it. No ma'am, no ma'am. This is what I do, this is what works for my hair. Okay, so the aesthetic that I feel like dominates the microloc culture is specifically the perfectly manicured parts, perfectly square grids, and perfectly symmetric locks from root to tip. Now, if that's your aesthetic, and honestly, I think it looks beautiful, there is no issue with that being your aesthetic. It's no issue if you want to have perfect locks, if you want to have a perfect grid, if you want your hair to look a certain way, there's no problem with that. The issue that I find is that there's nobody really teaching people how to maintain their microlocs if they are not into all the perfection, if they do want to embrace the unevenness that your locks could come with semi-free forming. For people who do want want to stretch their reties. They don't want to be in the salon every 6 to 8 weeks on the dot every single time. And by the way, these appointments cost money for people who just want to go off grid. No pun intended. I'm not finding anyone teaching us how to maintain our microlocs in any way outside of this narrow scope. I got locks for the freedom. I got locks so that I could embrace my hair fully in its natural form while still having some structure. Some of these microlocs I see are no more natural than a silk press. Okay, let's be honest. Nobody hair grows in these perfectly symmetric grids and squares. Nobody has locks that are perfectly cylindrical from root to tip without some serious manipulation or some serious schedule that you are maintaining so that you can have this look. Like I said, it's perfectly fine if that's your aesthetic, and I love it. I love it for you. I love it for whoever has it. It looks amazing. But for anybody that wants something besides that, there's just no information. I just did not subscribe to the belief that if I go more than 6 to 8 weeks without getting my locks interlocked at a salon or doing it myself, that my hair was just going to magically fall off. So when I stopped interlocking my hair at 11 months locked back in, I think it's November of last year, the amount of people that were seriously concerned for the health of my hair was astonishing to me. I was very grateful for all the feedback that I got, because honestly, this is a journey that I couldn't take by myself. But the amount of misinformation and genuine fears and concerns people had for my hair was showing just how much of a gap there is in the microloc community when it comes to maintenance and what is actually going to be healthy for your hair. A lot of people mistakenly believe that if you do not follow these pre-established rules for interlocking your microlocs, your hair is just going to magically fall off, for lack of a better term. And this is mainly due to the fact that people don't actually really understand what interlocking is or what retwisting is. Real quick, all interlocking does is it provides a structure, kind of like a twist or a braid, to the root of your lock temporarily until it grows out, right? Because all it's going to do is grow out. And then in the shaft, your hair has the structure of a woven cord, if you will, and then your hair locks around that, and it looks very symmetrical. It looks very good. It's like a cylinder depending on how you interlock. This is how it looks. Okay, amazing, right? We love that symmetry. Now what retwisting does is that it provides temporary structure to the roots of your hair. Okay, so you see right here, this right here is loose hair. You see that? And that is easy to snag. So say I'm running my fingers through my hair and I go like this. That's very easy to snag. So what retwisting does is it closes that hole up and provides structure for your hair in between interlocking or just as your main form of maintenance. Okay, now the thing with retwisting is as soon as you wash it, it washes right back out like this. You see? So all of this is this my new growth since I retied my hair in January, and then some of this is the shed hairs that have shed off my scalp and have turned into a lock right here. So my interlocking starts about I would say right about here. All of this is like the shed hair that formed into a lock, and all of this is the loose hair, the new growth that has not shed and it has not turned into a lock yet. So one of the myths surrounding microloc maintenance is that microlocs must have this structure of the interlock in order to maintain the weight and longevity of your lock. A lot of times people say, oh, your microloc is going to get too heavy and it's not going to be able to sustain that weight with just a retwist. It needs an interlock. Now there's two issues wrong with this. The first one being that as soon as you interlock your hair, right, it is going to grow out. Within a week of retwisting or interlocking, the structure is no longer going to be at the root and it's going to be hanging by wherever the root is. So whether you interlock it or retwist it doesn't change whether or not the root of your hair can sustain the weight of your microloc. Interlocking does not make the root of your hair stronger for more than 24 hours and your hair is back to growing out and having to sustain its own structure. Whew, that was a lot. Another thing I learned in this whole journey is how to actually care for my hair in between reties. So many people do not know how to maintain their new growth, their afro or their curls, while having locks at the end. And that is something that I've spent a lot of time honing in and figuring out what regimen is going to work for me. So before we get into my routine, let me actually show you my hair so that you can see there is in fact no breakage. I have no thinning at my roots. My locks are not married together. I've experienced no adverse conditions, if you will.
So here are some close-up visuals of my new growth. I have about 3.5 inches. You can see that my roots are healthy and full. There is no thinning at the roots of my lock, and it is pretty symmetric from root to tip, pretty cylindrical, even though I have not interlocked since January. Now, if you see right here, this is all the new growth. It is not matted together. It's not broken off. None of my locks are married together. And then right at the tip of my fourth finger is where the shed hair has come off my scalp and has started to form its own lock. This is what you see here, and this is how it would look if I would retwist it. A lot of people ask me how I got this shape. Did I cut my hair? The answer is yes, I did cut it, but I also started out my locks with a bob shape. When it shrunk to different lengths, and so I had to clean it up several times. I'll link a video in the description and above. I want you to notice the coils, the retwists at the roots of my hair. So even though I haven't retwisted in 7 weeks and I have been swimming so many times, I have washed my hair so many times, some of my retwist has actually maintained. Here's some close-up of the crown area of my hair. As you can see, my hair grows into the lock. I don't worry much about flyaways. This portion is the shed hair lock, and then right above this portion is the interlock that I did back at the end of December. Here is another lock that I interlocked all the way to the root just for the purpose of this video. So you can see the interlock where my first 3 fingers are. And right above it is about 1 inch of shed hair locks. And you can see that there's not that much of a difference between the two. People are always so afraid that if you switch between interlocking and retwisting, then your hair is irreversibly damaged, but that's just not true. So here I want to show you the back view of my hair and a little bit closer to my scalp. As you can see, my grid, it's still there. I didn't get a clean part here just because I have a lot of new growth and I didn't want to snag anything. As you can see, even though I haven't retightened for 7 months, ain't nothing wrong with this hair. It still looks good. It even has a lot of volume that gets lost when you retighten a lot or retwist.
So yeah, this is what my hair looks like. As you can see, it's thick, it's full, there is no damage. My microlocs are still giving what they're supposed to give. So one thing I do want to say is that I understand that rules are necessary for salons, for locticians who want to maintain a certain standard of hair that they do. But my issue is that people have no idea what they're doing in the meantime. There's people who cannot get out to the salon because of mobility issues. There's people who, I was pregnant, I was postpartum, I had a baby in January, and I just really couldn't do my hair for several months. I didn't have the funds necessary to go to someone else to do it, or I was prioritizing other things in my budget. So it just wasn't an option for me to get my hair done. And the issue I have is that people are joining up back to the salon weeks overdue, months overdue, and their hair is damaged. Their locks are married together. They have broken locks off because they just didn't know what to do. In the meantime, people don't know how to properly care for their microlocs unless it's in this narrow scope of what the microlocs community is really pushing, which is that regular 6 to 8 weeks maintenance. And I feel like there's so many people out there that just want a carefree life with their microlocs. They don't want to be bound to a schedule. They don't want to be bound to this tight structure. And this is what really inspired me to take these 6 months and just detox. Like, what would happen if I just let my hair do what it do within reason? So I'm not just out here doing who knows what with my hair and not making sure it stays healthy. Now, I did mention that I retwisted my hair a couple times in there. I think I retwisted my hair 3 to 4 times since January. It has been about 7 weeks since my last retwist maintenance, and so I like to say I'm just like kind of semi free forming. And I am going to have to make a decision pretty soon whether I'm going to retwist it, whether I'm going to interlock it, or whether I'm just going to keep on with my semi free form style of microlock. So let me know what you guys think I should do next. Should I interlock all the new growth that I've had since January? Should I retwist it and just keep retwisting, or should I just freeform for the next couple months and see what my hair does? Also, let me know, do you guys want a video of my full no interlock, no retwist routine, how I keep my hair from breaking off and how I keep it healthy? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.